Most of you guys probably saw that we installed some new Faction Fab FR spec coilovers on our WRX last week, and we had to go get an alignment, so that's what we're going to be talking about in this week's 2-Minute Tuesday. Now, if you guys didn't already know, we are currently running a sale on all Faction Fab products, so whether you're looking for a new set of coilovers or brake components or whatever Faction Fab product you're looking at, you can save 10% off from now until this Friday, the 16th, by using the code FF10 when checking out. Now let's talk about why you would want, or rather why you need, to get in alignment after messing with any suspension components. When you mess with any suspension components, whether you are installing lowering springs, coilovers, top hats, or adjustable lower control arms, all of that can affect your alignment specifications. And when those are out of whack, that can be detrimental to your handling and cause safety concerns. And it can also destroy your tires rather quickly. We're going to talk about 3 different settings today: camber, toe, and Castor. Let's start off with camber, which most of you guys are familiar with the whole stand scene and such. Basically, when you're taking a look at the front of the car, looking at the wheel, it's when you have an inward or outward tilt. With negative camber, the top of the wheel is going to be tilted inwards towards the center of the car, and with positive camber, the top of the wheel is tilted outwards away from the car. Typically, you would want a little bit of negative camber to improve the handling characteristics of your car because it increases the contact patch when you're cornering at high speeds. Moving on to toe, which, contrary to popular belief, is the main culprit to destroyed tires and not camber, even though they go hand in hand. Looking at the wheels from the top of the car, toe is when the front of the tires either point in towards each other or point outwards. Toe in, like the name suggests, means the front of the tires are pointed in towards each other, and toe out is the opposite, with the tires pointing outwards, away from each other. Most of you guys are going to want zero toe all around because you want the most life out of your tires, but a bit of toe in does help reduce oversteer and kind of helps with stability at high speeds, and a bit of toe out helps reduce understeer. But like I said, most of you guys are going to want to stick with zero toe all around. Last but not least, we have Castor, which is basically your steering angle. Most of you guys won't have to worry about this, but you do want this similar on both sides. When looking at the side of the car, negative Castor is when your steering angle is tilted forward, and positive Castor is when that steering angle is tilted back towards the driver. Ideally, you'll want a good amount of positive Castor. Castor is basically what brings your wheels back to the straight position after you're done turning. So naturally, it helps straighten out your car at high speeds, and that's basically all you need to know. So for our car, we did sort of a modest setup that will work both well on the street and at an autocross or track day. We did -2 camber in the rear, -2.5 in the front. If you do want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can go -3 or a little bit more as well in the front. Zero toe all around, and then as much positive Castor as possible. I think we ended up with about 6.5 degrees of positive Castor. And that's about it. It's a pretty good setup for a daily driven street car that is also a weekend warrior. So that's this week's 2-Minute Tuesday. I'll see you guys next time.